Hello YouTube, my name's Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, playing a bit of Domination here on the map Urban, running around the TAC-19 shotgun. And before we get into the topic of today's video, which is a pretty freaking awesome topic, I want to at least point out the gameplay a little bit. So, the gameplay you're watching, using the TAC-19 shotgun, right? One of the worst shotguns in Call of Duty history until the recent update. With the recent update that came out for this game, they actually buffed up the TAC-19 shotgun. It now has more range, and therefore you're going to get a lot more consistent one-hit kills, which feels really good when using a pump action shotgun, right? Because before it was a pump action, you had all the downsides of a pump action, having to be able to basically pump the gun to be able to get the shell out. Because of that, you were just kind of left out in the open. If you didn't get a one-hit kill with your first shot, you were basically dead when you used this gun, and you just couldn't get one-hit kills for the longest time, right? But now it's a lot better. Now the range has been increased. It's actually going to get you a lot more consistent one-hit kills, and it's kind of in line with all the other pump action shotguns throughout Call of Duty's history. So it's actually viable. It's actually usable. So definitely try out the TAC-19 shotgun if you guys haven't tried it after the update. Today's news is some awesome news. It's some awesome news, definitely. So it comes from the Twitter of Michael Condrey, which I feel as though I should just make a weekly series. Hey, this is what Michael Condrey said on Twitter, because that guy is ridiculous. You guys don't know Michael Condrey is the co-founder of Sledgehammer Games. He's very active on his Twitter. He has a very active following on there, and he likes to tweet out a lot of stuff and a lot of news about Advanced Warfare before it even kind of hits any kind of news circuits or any like IGN or any news outlets whatsoever, right? He likes to tweet this stuff out, and you can find a lot of news and a lot of useful information from his Twitter page. Today, he put out on Twitter this particular fancy little picture, and this picture is going to read, Salute News Day. If you were at the studio, you could play some hashtag Advanced Warfare with us. And you see a picture of the map Biolab kind of loading up, and you would think that's just a normal picture until you look a little bit closer and realize, yes, ladies and gentlemen, Gun Game. He's loading up Gun Game on Biolab. How awesome is that? So what does this mean? What does this mean? It means basically that Gun Game is going to be coming to Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. And to a lesser extent, it might not mean that it's actually coming to Advanced Warfare. It could just mean they're doing some internal testing to see how Gun Game will work. But to be honest, it's Gun Game. It's not like the maps have to be necessarily balanced for it. It's not as though you gotta figure out where to put the objectives or anything like that, as if you were adding an objective game mode. It's Gun Game. It's free for all. You get a kill, it automatically swaps your weapon. If you get knifed, it puts your weapon back. You know, it's very simple, but a very fun game mode that I think a lot of people have enjoyed over the years. And that brings up the entire topic. Are they going to be adding more game modes to Advanced Warfare? And what game modes necessarily are they going to be adding to Advanced Warfare? Because over the years in Call of Duty, we've gotten a ridiculous amount of game modes thrown our way. Just a stupid amount. So first and foremost, let's say, I have a bunch of game modes written down here. I went up and I looked up like all the different game modes throughout Call of Duty's history, and I went and wrote them down and kind of broke them up into different categories. So if you look at Gun Game is like a party game, right? It's like a party game mode that you play with some friends. Like you get 4 friends or whatever, you go in there and play some Gun Game, or you play it at home, like in a private match or something like that on split screen. It's a fun game mode, not really meant to be taken seriously, just to have a whole lot of fun with it, swapping weapons and seeing how good you can do. But there's a bunch of other party game modes that are not currently in Advanced Warfare. Of course, we have Infected, which is definitely nice. I would consider Infected to be a party game mode, not so much a competitive game mode. But you have other game modes like Sharpshooter, you have Sticks and Stones, you have One to Chamber, All or Nothing, and one of my personal favorites, which we've never seen, it was actually invented by a fellow YouTuber, Money in the Dank. That was a really fun game mode back in Modern Warfare 3. Big ups on that. I love that game mode. It was awesome. I really actually liked Money in the Dank. It was a fantastic game. I definitely hold up on that. But yes, there's a bunch of different party game modes they could be adding to Advanced Warfare. We'll just have to see if they would like to do that. And you look at other game modes that were introduced in Call of Duty, but people are like, don't really care too much for it. And then they kind of just never really seen them again. Now, those game modes would be like Drop Zone. Where's Drop Zone in this game? We've got Reinforce, we've got Blitz, we got Crank, Team Defender, Hunted Free-for-all, as well as Multi-Team. Where's all that stuff at, you know? Then you look at some really old game modes, really old, tried and true game modes that were in some very older Call of Duties that just really haven't made a return. One of them used to be War, until they brought back the game mode War in Advanced Warfare with the game mode Momentum. There's still some other ones like Demolition and Headquarters. Headquarters was effectively replaced by Hardpoint, by the way, if you guys don't know. The community the managers, as well as the community, I think they generally think that that Hardpoint's a better version of Headquarters. But Headquarters, where's that game mode at? As well as Sabotage. They got rid of Sabotage several years ago, and it made me sad. I like Sabotage, actually. I used to actually have a whole lot of fun playing in Sabotage. But yes, there's a bunch of game modes that is not in Advanced Warfare, and the reason I believe that they do this is because it costs a lot of money to run all these servers. And this, by the way, I don't claim to know how this works. If I'm wrong, feel free to let me know in the comments. But I don't think there's ever been really an official statement by Activision or by Infinity Ward or Treyarch or Sledgehammer or anything about this. So I really don't know, and I'm not sure if there's actual fact out there that we would know. But I feel as though the reason that they may or may not have all these different game modes all in one game all the time is because this just costs money to run these servers, right? And the fact that people may not even be playing the game modes, it's kind of a waste for them. That's why they get rid of certain game modes instead of just leaving them there. Like, Sabotage was always the game mode that was always the least played, and then people just, eventually they're just like, you know what, people aren't playing this enough, I'll just go ahead and get rid of it, and I got rid of it. And so because of that, they're kind of really wary as to what game modes they actually put in their game. You look at Call of Duty Ghost and what they did with that. They end up having a bunch of game modes in there, like Hunted Free-For-All and stuff like that, and they eventually just got rid of both of them. Initially they had Hunted, then they got rid of it for Hunted Free-For-All, and then they just got rid of Hunted Free-For-All because there wasn't enough people playing it, and they were like, well, you know what, it's not worth running the servers for this particular game mode. I feel as though that's what happened. I, once again, cannot be 110% sure, but that's how I feel as though it happened. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is today's video. Some quick news, just some quick news, saying that gun game is probably coming to Advanced Warfare, and because of that, we might be able to have some other game modes in there. But then the whole debate comes in is how many game modes is too much, and what game modes might they end up getting rid of to make room for some other ones if they were to add in some other ones from past Call of Duty games. That's definitely an interesting little topic that I would like to discuss with you guys in the comment section below. So let me know in the comment section below what game mode that isn't in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare would you like to see brought into Advanced Warfare, and if there's perhaps a game mode in the game that you think you could just, yeah, we can probably do without that one, we'll just get rid of that one, what game mode would you end up getting rid of to make room for it? Let me know about that. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.